Yes, this is the follow-up video to our first one where we're going to start to explain some of the things that we tried once we discovered our cat Nimbus had inflammatory bowel disease. And the first thing I should mention is our vet did a full blood panel on him to discover what was wrong with him. And what came back was he had a very high level of absolute eosinophils. I'm going to pop up his report really quick so you can see what it looks like on the blood panel. And that is indicative of a possible allergy or a reaction to an allergy. And so their first step was to have us try special food. Do you want to explain the special food?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Stephen's going to explain it for you.
So let me just slide all of these. So, this is a Royal Canin selected protein PR. And this is what the vet recommended for us. And it worked out well. It's rabbit.
Yes.
Pure rabbit. All rabbit.
Yeah, and the difference between these prescription diets and some of the diets that you find in the grocery stores and the pet food stores is that it has absolutely no other protein other than the one that they're supposed to be giving the cat. So a lot of the stuff you'll find in the store will say it's rabbit or it's duck, but it'll also have something like chicken broth or pork broth. And the only way to truly eliminate what the cat is allergic to is by doing one of these diets.
Yes, so the Royal Canin selected protein PR is expensive.
Yes.
It's like $90 for one case.
That's $90 for 24 cans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's one case.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the Rawz. It's 100% rabbit as well. So this one was what the vet recommended, and this one is the one we tried out.
Yes, this is one of the few foods that wasn't a prescription diet, that was pure rabbit, and also worked very well for our cat.
Yes. And this Rawz, they're pretty much the same thing.
Except the Rawz, it's called Rawz, but it's not raw, just so you know.
Yes.
I know a lot of people are very interested in putting their cats on a raw diet,
yes.
And I've heard a lot of wonderful things about that. That is not something we have tried yet. Maybe eventually.
Yeah, Rawz is R-A-W-Z, not the Rawz, like it's raw food. And here, these are Nimbus's treats. They're freeze-dried rabbit. And our cat seems to like them.
Yeah, he does like those a lot. And because they're pure rabbit, it's just freeze-dried rabbit. It doesn't affect him. He doesn't have any allergies to it because it's the exact protein that he's able to eat.
And this is, yeah, since it's technically the same thing except it's freeze-dried, and our cats like it. But Autumn, they have the greenies treats, but we'll get to that in another video. So this one is what Nimbus eats. And our last one, we have these freely treats. They're not treats, they are crunchy food, and they are rabbit. And they're quite delicious. And since Nimbus is part Siamese, he's picky, so he has to have them separately. So say we gave him this and this, we had to put this in a separate bowl.
Yes, whereas Autumn likes all her stuff mashed together.
Yes.
But what we found was Royal Canin does make a dry version of rabbit, but for some reason Nimbus didn't really tolerate it very well. So we tried a few different brands, and the freely crunchy food seemed to work best for him. His stomach's able to tolerate it, and our little one, Autumn, she eats it with him, so that makes it a little easier. They can eat something together. Now, there are a few other brands that are non-prescription of rabbit that I would like to mention, and I'll put up a picture of some of them at the end. One of them is by a brand called Instinct. They have a limited ingredient rabbit. Another one, Freely, also has a wet version. Another brand called Koha. they have a limited ingredient rabbit as well. And I think there's one other one. I'll find it and post it at the end of the video.
Yes, and recently we've been trying to switch both of our cats to duck because, as I said, like, these are very expensive. So
Yeah.
switching them to duck so that we don't have to pay as much.
Well, especially because it would be easier if we could feed both of our cats the same thing.
Yes, they enjoy eating together, and instead of worrying about having to have the cats eat each other's food, because we've had some times where we put them together and they try to eat each other's food. We have to like stand guard of them, and it's quite annoying.
We put the cats in different rooms because Autumn eats a lot of chicken meals and Nimbus obviously can't have those. One of the limited ingredient diets sometimes suggested for inflammatory bowel disease and food allergies is duck. So I know also venison, sometimes alligator, but we're trying out the duck to see if both of them can tolerate it, and that'll be something we can finally add to the mix so he's not just eating rabbit. But other than that, I think you've done a great job explaining to us today the foods that we currently have him on. And I think for our next video, we'll get into some of these supplements that we've tried and what has worked and what we found from other suggestions on the internet. So, bye for now.
So yeah, these are just ideas of what you can get for your cat if they are allergic to chicken or anything.
Absolutely, and again, this is just what has worked for us. I'm not saying anything that anybody else suggests is incorrect. It's a really tricky disease where there's a lot of different options and a lot of different ways of handling it. And this is just one of the, the foods that have worked for us so far.
This is just our way. We're not trying to say that like immediately have this, it works, because we know all cats have different food allergies and stuff.
And every cat's going to react differently.
Yes, so we are just talking about what works for us.
So thank you for visiting our channel today, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!
Bye!